Successful branding examples and how you can harness them. As we have seen throughout this book, there are many different ways that personal branding can be achieved. Yet they all start with the same foundation. Some brands are more successful than others. Strong personal brands can be advantageous, increasing exposure for any companies or ventures an individual decides to undertake. It is a great foundation for any future products or services. Think about how many people with strong personal brands have written self-help books with their top tips for being successful, with their audiences fawning over the content and swearing by the tips to try and change their lives. Emulating the success of others can be a great way to bolster your personal branding, just make sure you are not copying it exactly. Think about your favorite people and the personal branding they have curated. What associations do you have with them? Chances are there are a few keywords that spring to mind when you think of them. Now think about why those brands have those associations and what words you want people to think of when they think of you, because, with an effective branding strategy, they will think of you. Just safeguard that it is in the way that you want. These key traits are the cornerstone. Some of the most successful brands are also controversial. They are not afraid to alienate a huge portion of the population in order to reach their desired audience. This has been essential to their relevance and achievements. While, at times, these examples are controversial and do not appeal to everyone, by seeing the success of others it can be easy to recognize areas of your own. Steve Jobs. Even before he was the face of Apple, he had a strong brand that he brought to the company. His personal branding was unique and strong. He understood completely what he wanted to convey, and his actions furthered this. There was complete synergy between his purpose, his message, and his audience, which made him seem trustworthy and authentic. Steve Jobs personified the ideas of innovation and creating the next best thing, which he went on to do numerous times through the products he helped create. The purpose of his personal branding was clear, and he was able to effectively communicate the messages he wanted to portray. Steve Jobs created one of the most credible and recognizable brands, so much so that his legacy lives on and his branding messages and tips still remain relevant. The Kardashian Family. The Kardashian family is one of the best examples of successful branding. They were able to build an entire media empire and were able to use their show to help control the narrative surrounding them. Even when faced with harsh scandals in the media, the Kardashians would share the raw and real insights into their personal lives, making their fans feel empathetic towards the sisters. Their personal branding makes you feel like you know them, given how much of their lives they exploit on their show and on their personal social media accounts. Between them they have released numerous products from perfume to skincare to clothing lines. But the question is, would any of those products have been anywhere near as successful as they were if the Kardashian name had not been attached? The Kardashians, love them or hate them, have turned their name into such a successful brand that they could probably sell anything. Hugh Hefner. A controversial figure, for sure, but can you seriously picture a silk robe without thinking about him? While contentious, Hefner's personal branding and his company matched the lifestyle that he lived. This is a key aspect of his success. Had he headed up a conservative company, it would be confusing to reconcile that with his lifestyle choice. Hugh Hefner is an excellent example of entwining your personal branding with your business and having a wider level of success. Now, think about your favorite brands. What is it about them that enchants you? How have they captured your attention? What springs to mind when you think about them? How do they use content? What makes them successful? What could they improve on? Analyzing other brands, particularly ones in the same industry as you, will help you better define your personal branding strategy. You can exploit their missed opportunities, capitalize on their mistakes, and try to emulate their successes. Conclusion. In conclusion, personal branding is essential to the success of any venture in the 21st century. While defining and outlining your personal branding can seem like a huge task in the outset, the rewards will be unparalleled. Doing so at the beginning of your entrepreneurial journey will give you a head start on your competition. Having a personal branding strategy will get you noticed, it will add authority to your content, and it will encourage your audience to engage with you. This ebook has given you the strongest possible foundation to begin planning your personal branding strategy or updating and rejuvenating your current brand. While it can seem overwhelming, working through it methodically and ensuring you outline each section precisely, before moving on to the next will guarantee that you create the best brand possible. Defining your audience, purpose, and message is pivotal branding strategy. Building a strong foundation for the concept of your brand will allow you to create meaningful content that will impact your audience. Your specific target audience will come to you once your content is out there waiting for them. Monitoring your analytics, and consequently, your influence, is the best way to make sure that your branding is on track. There is nothing wrong with trying something new, it is a fantastic opportunity to stand out. Make sure that you are keeping up with trends. This is both industry but also medium specific. Staying up to date with the kinds of content that your audience wants to consume will make sure that your engagement stays high. Staying alert means that you can adapt and improve, as necessary. Do not let the fear of trying something new or different stop you from trying to stand out. Businesses fail, but good brands last forever. True personal branding power is being able to influence the trends, not just keeping up with them. Personal branding is the make or break of the business world. Good branding means that you will have strong connection with your audience. Without that, you will not be successful. Do not be afraid to shake things up. Your personal branding is what will allow you to fully live out your dreams. No one has ever made a difference in the world by following the rules.